Okay, what is Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky about?
Tristan Strong is about a boy, an African-American boy, who loses his best friend, and while dealing with that grief and that loss, is transported to a world where African-American folktales exist and are in conflict with West African gods.
The cover art is just absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, the cover to Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky is more than I could ever dream that it would be. We have Tristan Strong and John Henry kind of back to back fighting these iron monsters. And you have a dingo, West African symbols from the Akan people in what is now Ghana and some other parts of West Africa.
You have seen films about the Holocaust or studied the Holocaust in school. It was a time when the Nazis were rounding up Jewish people and anybody who was different and didn't fit their perfect model and putting them into concentration camps and prisoner camps. Too often we tend to think of these atrocities in terms of fictional accounts or something from your textbook, dates and numbers. And we forget that they happen to real people. People like Yannick Gruner, who is Jack Gruner. He was 10 years old in 1939 when the Nazis invaded Poland, and he was 13 years old when he was taken from the Krakow ghetto and taken to the first of many concentration camps.
And in concentration camps, people didn't have an identity, they became numbers. He ceased having a name like all prisoners, and so Jack got that number, B3087. B stands for Birkenau, a little town that the camp was erected, walking distance from Auschwitz.
I'm Alan Gratz, and I first met Jack when he and his wife Ruth brought Jack's story to Scholastic and said, we have an incredible story to tell you, and we want to get it out into the world. And Scholastic came to me and said, can you help us tell Jack's story? Jack's is a story of survival, having his family taken away from him, sometimes marched, sometimes packed in like cattle into train cars, and taken from camp to camp. He kept hope alive. He kept remembering who he was inside, even when they took his name away and they tattooed a number on his skin and told him, this is who you are now. He remembered that he was Yannick. I couldn't imagine how I would handle that. How would you handle it? You can pick up this amazing story of Jack Gruner, prisoner B3087.
If you're looking for a realistic fiction book about a brother who would do anything for his brother and a boy on the search for his father, this is the book for you.
So Marcus Vega doesn't speak Spanish is about Marcus. He's an 8th grader. He's a big kid. He's almost 6 feet tall, 180 pounds. And he gets in trouble at school. He gets into a fight and he gets suspended. But the thing is that Marcus is not really a bad kid. He's really a good kid that is doing a lot of favors for a lot of students at his school, but he does get into this one fight, and it is over his little brother. So his mom is sort of at her wit's end, and she says, that's it, we're gonna just take a trip, and we're gonna go to Puerto Rico. And that's where Marcus's father is from, but he has never met him. So they get on the plane, they get to Puerto Rico, and Marcus decides that he's going to try to find his dad. And you have to read it to find out what he really discovers about his family there.
And I really like this book because the setting in Puerto Rico is described so well that I really kind of felt like I was taking a vacation and wanted to plan a trip there.
Absolutely.